Hello and welcome to Wednesday's Daily Rundown with me, Drew Tosh. And on tonight's programme we'll be talking to Maria Patricia and Toby Kieserick with tattoos, the world and the dangers of buying cheap tattoo kits online. We're always going to be picking up the news stories of today as well. Big stories including potential President Trump to power posing. But firstly, it's time to introduce the guests. Help me to wade through all the stories tonight. Firstly, he's a comedian, he's a presenter, and most importantly, he's turned up. It's Mike Milling.
Hello, I turned up.
Welcome back, Mike. And making a welcome return, another stand-up comedian. You've heard of A.A. Milne, you've heard of PJ Harvey, well, so is this guy. It's AJ Hill.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Now, if you want to get involved and have your say on anything we chat about tonight, just tweet us at the Daily Rundown. Go on, I dare you. We'd like to hear what you want to think. Now, it's our first news story, and it's him again, Donald Trump. Top Republicans are divided on whether to support him after the businessman has as good as secured the party's presidential nomination. Some took to social media to disavow their membership in the party by burning their voter registration forms. Others, though, started to fall in line behind the candidate, saying that Mr. Trump is vastly preferable to Hillary Clinton, the likely Democrat nominee. So every time we talk about this man, we end with, yes, but he won't get in. And every time we return to him, he's gotten that little bit closer. Is this potentially the end of the world as we know it, Mike?
Yes.
Fair enough.
AJ.
So our next story now.
But no, that's kind of how I feel in a weird way. Because, I don't know, well, he became this kind of cartoon figure that was there. And I was one of those people saying, like, oh, there's no point kind of even entertaining the idea. Because
everyone said it, didn't they? Yeah. It'll never happen.
It never happened. And then, as you say, it just kind of creeps slowly, and then you start to think, well, what's going on?
Yeah.
So, it's obviously, I think it's scary.
What is going on here? How is this possible that someone with no experience can suddenly be a candidate for the president
He's representing some people in America who don't feel represented. You know what I mean?
I don't get that, though. I don't get that. He's definitely not, working class. He's a billionaire.
He's getting that vote, isn't he? He's getting that
because he's not politically correct, and they like that. They like his candor, as it were. Yeah. I mean, we are talking about it potentially being the end of the world, but the thing is everybody forgets is that Ted Cruz was a Southern Baptist, so he's a fundamentalist Christian, and he would have his finger on the button. You'd be one of these like, oh, I have nuclear weapons. Maybe it's time to start Armageddon. Why not? Hey, it's so Donald Trump's just out for number one.
He is the lesser of two evils. Well, what you're saying.
Possibly. I mean, I don't really know much about John Kasich, the other candidate. He dropped out earlier. He said, "Oh, I'm going to drop out too." So
he's going to throw his support behind Trump now.
But he's an odd character, isn't he? I mean, like, I have an impression of Donald Trump, which I'll share with you. He goes around saying things like, if my daughter wasn't my daughter, I'd date her, and we're going to get them Mexicans to build a wall between us and Mexico. Why doesn't he just...
I mean, as weird as that sounds, he did say those things, didn't he?
They're mental.
Exactly, and it sounded exactly like
they're a bit strange to say, but the other thing is that why would he get Mexicans to build a wall between America, the USA, and Mexico? Why doesn't he get US citizens to build a wall? Surely that's foreigners taking Americans' jobs.
Does not reflect badly, though, on American citizens. If you can hear so clearly that things he's saying are, well, mad, slightly bonkers, why can't they hear this?
Well, if you think about it, we have Nigel Farage and we have Boris Johnson.
But he's not come to this... I don't know whether he's come to the point that Trump has now. I don't know, because Trump is really starting to succeed. And it's strange because he is representing people in America who haven't felt, they don't feel like they've been represented properly. And maybe they don't think this is the ideal guy, but this guy's kind of, he's...
There was a news report on yesterday, and they went to Gary, Indiana,
right,
which is only famous because that's where the Jackson 5 were born.
Ah, yes.
Now, everywhere in Gary now it's just dead. There's nothing happening, things at all. It's practically a ghost town. And people there who voted him in asked why they did it, and he said, it's got to be better than what we have now. It couldn't be any worse, which a lot of people here would disagree with. Yes. But they're saying Obama's not worked for us. We have no jobs, we have nothing. going on at all. We've nothing to lose. Any change has got to be better. And that seems to be something that we don't really get to hear about. We always think, isn't it great, Obama's fantastic,
Yes.
and all of this is happening.
That's a great point,
but there are huge parts of America that have not agreed with that.
But it's the strange thing to my mind, because we do have a very similar thing over here. People vote for UKIP and ultimately they vote for Nigel Farage, and he's a neoliberal. He's into free market economics, and you could argue that free market economics, in the current state of affairs that they're in, of what's got us into this mess in the first place. So I find it a bit of a strange phenomenon that you get a lot of poor people who've got the short end of the stick from capitalism voting for people who are clearly capitalists and want to maintain the status quo rather than change things up. Surely Bernie Sanders for these people would be a more logical choice, because he's offering something different. He's more on the socialist side of things and wants to change the structure of society to be fairer for all.
He's not given up the ghost yet, but it seems pretty likely that Clinton's got that in the bag, isn't it?
It does. I think she's probably going to get it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't live in America. This is my point. Like, as you were saying, we have a kind of romanticized image of Obama, but we don't live there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't. We see the funny little stand-up bits he does and the little speeches he does and stuff, and we have this great image of him. And I think that's happening with Bernie Sanders a bit. You know, seeing stuff of him and then thinking, oh, you know, that guy, he's talking sense. But again, we don't, you know, I don't live there. I don't know.
Someone else said that Clinton in particular, her party, they want Trump to get in because they think if that's the case, we're going to walk it, we've got it made. And I'd sort of think now that we're at this stage and he's got such overwhelming support that she can't really take that for granted.
You should never underestimate the opposition or the underdog.
Or the insanity of the world.
Look at Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn was seen as the outside man. He was seen as a complete joke, and he was going to be voted out, but he got in. You know.
Yeah, there's kind of similarity. Obviously, not with the people, but with the kind of situation and how they've, how they've come through, and how they've built support slowly from people who've latched onto them because they don't feel that, you know, there's anyone good to latch onto.
You just dismiss the opposition, and then they get stronger. Because also for the people that vote for that politician, if you say, well, your candidate's a joke, well, you say, well, I'm not a joke, so watch me support them and watch what happens when we change politics. If you're going to be an arrogant politician, we're going to give you a completely different response than what you're expecting.
Plus, she could slip up. I mean, America's very, very tight on the smallest little fall from grace. Who knows what could come out about Hillary Clinton? It might be small fry to us, but to America, when they're so anti this and anti that.
The Clintons have never been involved in any sort of scandal. I mean, I don't know what that would be completely new to her, wouldn't it?
So it pays not, as you say, to underestimate the opposition.
I think you have to take any opposition that you come up against as a very serious hurdle to overcome. So.
And do you think, as some people are hoping, that Trump's out there in every way policies and thoughts and just some of the ramblings are all just deliberate exaggerations just to get headlines to get in, and once he's in, he might actually be a lot softer and a lot less insane?
Whatever it is, it's a strange strategy because, you know, once he said that stuff about the Muslim, what was it, you know, not
closing down the internet. Let's close down the internet and keep the Muslims out.
And it was keeping people out the country. And the minute he started speaking like that, I thought, well, you know, he shot himself in the foot. That's it. But that was ages ago. Now look at him. So,
nothing he's done seems to have actually hindered his rise to power here.
And when's it going to get, you know, extreme? When's it going to get to extreme?
What does this man have to say or do?
Exactly.
He likes building towers, though, so maybe Jenga will happen at some point.
Do you think?
Maybe.
He has offended a lot of huge groups of people and cultures, and as you say, he's still well in the hunt.
Well, he's a very divisive individual, but he is very charismatic. But the man is clearly a narcissist. He just is out for number one, which I don't know how that would work on a national stage or a global stage, having a complete and absolute narcissist who just loves himself that much to be, you know, there to be the head of state and the commander-in-chief and pushing the economy of a country and its dynamics.
President Trump, it's got a horrible ring to it, doesn't it?
Doesn't he?
I know. But
You might wait. We could wake up one day. When the elections? It's November, isn't it?
Yes.
So we could wake up before Christmas.
It's a weird thought, isn't it? And it's like that.
Your hair colour will be fashionable, though.
Will it? Yeah. One day, maybe. I can only hope. I've been waiting for that one day.
You need the backward swirl, though, to kind of a good impression.
I don't think I'm going to follow his style just yet. But it's like that. Was it Back to the Future or Back to the Future 2?
With Biff, yeah.
Does he wake up and is Trump president or something to do with that? Biff's president.
And Biff is pretty much
it's very similar when you watch.
Yeah.
It's very similar to what's happened. To know what could happen like very soon. It's insane.
It is insane, but as I say, we keep ending these little chats with them. It'll be fine. It'll never happen.
It won't be fine. It's happened.
In a month, in a month's time, we'll be back again, and there'll be another little bit of a road. So come November, then I take it you're both anti-Trump, even though Clinton's got her,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I am, to be honest. Yeah. I have no say in that whatsoever. So, Americans make the right choice, whatever that might be, but I don't have any say in that, or neither of us do. But
is this broadcast in America?
Hopefully so.
I think we're quite big in Stockport.
Yeah.
So so we're basically thinking possibly Clinton, but you would not rule Trump out.
I don't know, because it's all been such a surprise already. Anything could happen, literally.
Bernie Sanders, come on.
Bernie Sanders. Yeah.
Well, on that chilling note, we'll go to a quick break. But join us again, the three of us will be back here in just a few minutes with more of today's Daily Rundown. So see you then.